Good morning. Welcome to our wonderful Wednesday of the last of this beautiful year 2021, the last wonderful Wednesday. So let's add power to our dreams by thinking about them as if they've come true. So let's start our morning. Welcome back. Today probably should be the last day of our book of Scanner and why we refuse to choose. Now, simply for this, let's understand, just come around to the entire circle what we've done. Frank Tiger says a very beautiful quote, which I think all of us can probably resonate with. Doing what you like is freedom. Liking what you do is happiness. So if we start liking what we do, we are looking at happiness. And why we've been refusing to choose something in our life is because of society 90%, because of a conditioning 90%. So let's get free, let's get happy by choosing exactly what we like to do. That will make us nicer. Now we've talked about all the kind of scanners till now. Let's now conclude this beautiful book by talking about our best work. Now you've almost completed the Refuse to Choose program by Barbara Sher, and you understand that you can do everything you want to do. No more restrictions, no more embarrassment about transferring your passionate curiosity from what you loved yesterday to what you love today and what you will love tomorrow. Being humans, 90% of the time, if we're scanners, we will keep changing our paradigms. Today we like this, tomorrow we like this, yesterday we like something, and that's absolutely okay. By now, we understand that we have the freedom to explore every interest and the right to drop it whenever we wish. You're a scanner, which means you will always be curious and passionate about many different things, and you're poised to do something extraordinary. So let's mark ourselves and let's know that we are absolutely extraordinary and things will keep coming our way. And we are very graceful about it. Now we don't judge ourselves any longer. And why can't I stick to something? Why can't I be disciplined? It's all right. It's just absolutely okay. In fact, you need to do something extraordinary or you will never be satisfied. And it may seem more impossible now than when you first opened this book. What am I talking about? You need to throw yourself heart and soul into something you love and give it your very best effort. You need to push past your boredom barriers and take at least one of your passions to the absolute limit you're capable of. Yes, that's what I said. If you look at the opening pages of this book, you'll see two quotes. One is from a scanner who's afraid she'll never fully use what's inside of her. The other is from an artist who reminds us that we all long for the chance to do our very best. You will never be satisfied with yourself or your life if you don't choose something to which you can give your best. And for this, we in our scanner day books, we've written down our passions, what we wanted to do, what we can do, and what we want to do. We've written them down. And by now, if we've done that diligently, we have seen a pattern and we've seen that this is something that's repeating again and again. That means let me try this. And while trying, if we lose interest, it's okay. It's time to move on to the next stage because we have written down a lot of things. Now, being a scanner doesn't mean only that you're drawn to many things. It also means that you have powerful talents that you want to use. How do you do that? How can you choose only one thing to work on? How can you push through the boredom barriers? Does this mean you have to stop being a scanner and turn into a specialist? I'm going to answer every one of those questions and show you exactly what to do right now. How will you ever choose something worth your best efforts? You can't go wrong if you simply select anything you really want to love to do. At all cost, do not try to find something important or worth doing. Now that's a cautionary note. हमें क्या करना है? What we love, not what could be important or worth doing in people's perspective. Remember one thing, we have been conditioned by society, that this is good, this is bad. But we do exactly what we are loving to do, whether society says it's bad or good doesn't matter. And that will lead you into more conflicts that you'll find into a Russian novel. Pick something that you're enthused about, something you love enough to want to get it right. Pick something you'd like to share with the world. Think of this project as a present you want to leave behind when you go. Don't worry about it too much. Your first attempt at accomplishing something might be valuable only because it teaches you about yourself and how you work. You might not finish them at all, but you have to learn how to throw your heart into something you love and not ask for it back until you have something to present to the world. And 99.9% जब आप कुछ मन से करते हैं, which you really put your heart and soul into it, कुछ अच्छा निकल के आएगा ही उससे. It can't be average. कुछ ना कुछ अच्छा निकलेगा. And then you can present to the world. As enthusiastic as you may be about every passion, an active mind doesn't get refreshment from producing nothing. Scanners actually grow tired when they're underused. So you'll have to give hard work another look because inside you, there are highly original works waiting to be brought into the world. Nothing will do that but starting and finishing at least one of them or all of them, one at a time. So one thing is, abhi jo cheezein rakhi hui hain in to-do list, let's start that. If you realize, we saw quarter-wise divisions kisi ne kar rakha tha. He has started in 1 year how much she had accomplished. Because at one time she started one thing and she finished that wherever she thought it's getting over. And then she realized something is interesting her too much and she finished that with tea and it became amazing. So let's start that. What are you procrastinating about? Especially this year is coming to an end, where you kind of have a list of what you have to do. Start it. And it's just simply start. Even if there are just very few people right now for the takers, doesn't matter, log apne aap aa jayenge, but you have an accountability partner. But will you still get to play like a scanner? Of course. You must never stop being a scanner who snoops into all kinds of new things and doesn't even think of finishing them. Turning to full scanner mode between your best work projects is an essential part of the process. It all fits together. Here's the whole routine for living a full scanner life that includes best work projects. Now, a lot of you here are scanners. You know why? Because you're coming for the session sometimes and you're not coming for the session time. One thing I know is Pratima Bansulji is not a scanner. If she was a scanner, she wouldn't have come here every single morning. A part of her is a scanner who just is deciding ye karun, ki ye karun, ki ye karun. That's different. But on the whole, people who are scanners, जब जिस दिन सेशन में कुछ मिल गया लगता है कि अरे अब तो यही चलने वाला है, चलो 2 दिन का ब्रेक ले लेते हैं, सो के उठ के आ जाएंगे या कुछ और excuse. So what happens in that is, that means you've got what you had to get out of the session. Even I would say Vijay Kumarji is probably not a scanner because he's been coming diligently. Or he wants to know that, okay, I'm a scanner, so let me come and do it. Every single time who's coming, now those people aren't scanners. Now, first, how do we start this? एक प्रोजेक्ट को सिलेक्ट करते हैं, अपने गोल को डिसाइड करते हैं. हमारी जो डे स्कैनर लिस्ट थी उसमें कि भाई मुझे ये करना है, उसको डिसाइड करके उसका गोल डेडलाइन क्या है, कैसे मुझे करना है उसको. Pick something that appeals to you and wholeheartedly throw yourself into it. Hold nothing back. Complete a book, produce a play, build a computer, pass an exam, or set up your home as an art gallery and schedule an open house for your own paintings. Yeah, so good that you realize you've been a scanner all through. How wonderful that you can get something out of this. Even I'm a scanner, so I know that this book is very relevant for me. So for some people, it becomes an overhead transmission because they don't relate with it. A lot of people are relating big time with it because this book is opening doors, and at least now we don't judge ourselves. Like, why am I a scanner? Why don't I stick to it? Why am I not disciplined? Because we probably get something out of it, and we're like, okay, we're done, passe. Now decide exactly what your finished product will look like. If you complete a book, your finished product will have a 200-page manuscript. If you produce a play, your goal might be met with a performance of your play at theater with a full audience. What if your selection of a project is a bit lightweight? What if you only want to create the perfect cheesecake or the perfect wardrobe? That's perfectly all right. Something wonderful happens when you're doing a best project work, no matter how unimportant it may seem. The more time and effort you give it, the more meaningful it becomes. So किसी चीज को भी perfect करने के लिए remember that one old adage, practice makes a man perfect. अगर हमें कुछ करना है, important हो, unimportant है, start तो करें. How do we start that? We know कि हमारी intention है हमें इसको पूरा करना है. Okay, this is our goal. इसको ये फला activity करनी है. But the main challenge lies when we write a proper detailed plan of scheduling it. Schedule a date for a real deadline. जब तक आप वो deadline नहीं दोगे, तब तक आप alive नहीं हो पाओगे अपने project में. Let's talk about examples. With a book manuscript, unless you have a wonderful publisher to hound you, you might get set a date to give a reading at someone's home or at a local bookstore. A performance of your play can also happen in a private home if that works for you. Otherwise, part of your project will be finding a theater and handling production and promotion. The computer you could build could be a birthday present for someone, and it would have delivered on that date. The date of the open house for your art show would be on the invitation you sent out, and you'll have to be ready when the people show up. And these are some real deadlines. Teach a class. If I want to create an audio program about a given subject, I schedule a telephone class and notify my mailing list of the date well in advance. I book someone to record my class too. I might work on the material in a leisurely way for months, but when the date draws near, I start scrambling to get everything polished and clear. I'm not a detailed person ordinarily, but I double and triple check to make sure the class will be recorded. The phone numbers are all correct. And a final announcement with the right information goes out to my mailing list. I'll tell you something, until you plan a deadline, it will not work. Look at me, 15th August, I closed the evening sessions. And I've been having challenges ever since. Of course, Rahul came on board. He said he's not, he began with saying that he's comfortable doing the evening class. Then he said he's not comfortable doing the evening class. My old team dropped out because they were teachers, they were busy. But if I had set myself a deadline, I must start. It can be a one-woman show because it's one book in the evening. I can run the program on my own. I would have started. But my hitch is that there's no plan B. If I'm not there, the session will be cancelled. So I need to tell myself that it's okay if it's cancelled, but at least with the days that I'm here, I can teach. So what's my delay? So until you put a deadline, until you have that goal set in picture, until you ink that on paper, you think on paper, schedule on paper, you will never be able to dictate it otherwise. Very important to schedule. Very important to schedule a show and tell party if your goal was to build a ship in a bottle or write a really good poem, or you could write a real deadline, setting a date and inviting your friends to a show and tell party where they could admire your work. I'm all for potluck at this kind of party because those last minutes before the deadline are precious for putting the finishing touches on you, what you're presenting. If being the star of the show is too immodest for you, invite everyone to bring something of their own to show off as well and give them at least 10 minutes and stand in front of a group and present their party piece. Very important to, again, sir, can you turn the page? Yes, schedule a makeover party. A variation of the show and tell party can be used to do a makeover on a room in your house, your garden, yourself. Send a letter or an email or a before photo showing the present condition or whatever you want to change and include a date for you living or after making over. If you know people are coming on that day to see what you've done, you'll do it. Again, जब आपको पता है आप accountable हो, answerable हो, आपने लोगों को invite दे दिया है, you will do it, right? If you don't set up a date, how do you do it? Set up a contest. You can expand the idea of a makeover party by inviting all your friends to send out their before photos, and arranging for a panel of judges to decide who came closest to achieving this goal. Third, get to work. It would be grand if you could push the rest of your life aside and work on this project day and night, but it's a luxury few of us have. So agreed, okay, day and night, probably we can't work because we have other schedules planned, but at least now at the same time, give it as much of time as possible, because if you schedule it, believe me, it gets done. Like I'll tell you myself, till now, I know that I'm not continuing this class 1-to-1 days for a while by taking a break, because I know that I've didn't done 3 batches back to back. But because I haven't given myself a deadline as to when I'm beginning in the morning, I haven't come down with plan B. I know that I don't want to do 1-to-1 days, but I think I want to do a shorter programs, and they have got channeled through me, but I haven't written them down. Only the topics I've written them down. So unless I give myself the seriousness, I will never get down to work. So very important to understand why I'm giving my examples is because we need to promote what we are learning, right? I know that I have to schedule. The same thing Scott told us in his book, when we're turning impossible dreams, into actual doable lifestyle. But if you don't follow it, it doesn't get done. So I have to schedule this also as part of my curriculum, as part of my lifestyle, that, okay, if I have scheduled 10 things others, this is equally important. I can't put in the back burner, because if it's in the back burner, it'll always be burning in the back, never coming in the forefront. So let's get serious about it. If not now, then when? Today is 29th of December, 2021. 3 days and the new year is knocking. I'm sure we have good realistic goals for 2022. We don't want it to be a passing year where kuch bhi, concrete nahi hota. Whatever age we are in, every year matters. We don't want to turn back and look at the age कि हमने कुछ भी नहीं किया इस साल, right? So very important to understand that if you want to look back at the year with pride, you've got to have some, I'm not saying make new year resolutions, because resolutions always, they get broken because consistency nahi hoti. But at least give yourself a deadline that this is what I'm supposed to do. All the same, you'll have to move things aside so you can devote yourself wholeheartedly to this project every moment you're involved in doing it. अगर wholeheartedly करेंगे, time अपने आप बन जाता है. You all know that. अगर मन होता है तो अपने आप कहीं ना कहीं से टाइम मिल जाता है. अगर उसको प्रोक्रेस्टिनेट कर रहे होते हैं तो टाइम सॉल्व हो जाता है. A half-hearted effort is a waste of your time and even demoralizing. I advise you to make a simple, down to the wire tear off calendar. One that fits on the wall near your workspace is best, because you can see it every single morning, evening, night, or whenever you're coming together. Now staple together many sheets so you can have one for every day between the start and the completion of your project. If you set up your real deadline for 70 days from today, you have 70 sheets of paper stapled together. The first sheet would say 70, meaning you have 70 days left to complete. So you can have a countdown, 69, 68, whatever, so that you know this is what you're supposed to do. And when it finally says today, mentally, okay, now it's time to start. I know that that's what it's for. Are you experiencing a little stress when you contemplate that calendar? I know that's what it's for. Stress hona chahiye. Deadlines drive you into action precisely because they create stress, and that's good stress. अगर आपको कुछ काम शुरू करने के लिए डेडलाइन क्रिएट करनी है, अपने आप पर से 21 डेज देने के 3 हफ्ते मेरे पास हैं, इसके बाद तो एक्शन प्लान शुरू करना ही करना है. आज मेडिटेट करना है, डाउनलोड करना है, क्या इन्फॉर्मेशन आ रहा है, या अपने मोमेंट ऑफ ट्रूथ से मिलना है, या अपने आप से मिलना है, ओके डू इट. क्यों सॉल्व करे जा रहे हो, राइट? बिकॉज चलो आपको हाफ एन आवर डाउनलोड टाइम नहीं मिल रहा, 10 मिनट मिल रहा है, कुछ तो आएगा. गेट डाउन टू एक्शन. But between now and the moment of truth, you're going to be in love, dedicated to something you care about, and are allowed to focus on your own work and to put yourself first. Remember, you're not going in front of a firing squad on the final day. You're going to be immensely proud of yourself for your accomplishments. Fourth, attend your real deadline grand finale event. Don't escape from it. Tear off the last sheet on your down to the wire, tear off calendar, the one that says today. Pick up your splendid boat in a bottle and head for your rendezvous with destiny. Someone will be waiting for you somewhere. Sir, can you please turn the page? Or some stage for your grand finale. Whenever you set up your real deadline, happens now, on the date you arranged. Be sure you've assembled an appreciative audience. No critics allowed. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अगर आपको पता है कि फलां फलां मिस्टर एक्स वाई जी क्रिटिकल है, अभी आपको डाउन करेगा, प्लीज इनवाइट ही मत करो. जो लोग मोटिवेट करेंगे उनको शुरू शुरू में ही आपने कुछ काम करके निकाला है, somebody say something to you and you're a scanner, people's opinions matter to you, you will anyways go down in drudgery. Now the fifth, bask in your own glory. कुछ तो किया है मैंने, कुछ तो निकाला है मैंने, अपना डेडलाइन आधा कच्चा पक्का कुछ तो निकला है. एंड 90% जब आप शोकेस कर रहे हो तो आप अच्छा ही करोगे, बिकॉज यू विल नॉट वांट टू डू सबस्टैंडर्ड स्टफ. So after the applause has died down and the confetti has been swept up, it's time for a period of solid basking. Put the finished project where you can see it and fall in love with your wonderful brain and your perfectly disciplined character every time your eyes fall on it. One good place, if it fits, is your life bookshelf. 90% टाइम हम खुद टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं करते हैं, तारीफ ही नहीं करते हैं. अपना आपने इतना एफर्ट किया, कुछ अच्छा निकल के आया, एंजॉय तो करो, प्रमोट इट, go on social media. If that's what you like, validation, go there. Pick a shelf above or below the ones where you kept the packages and parcels that represent your scanner's finishes, and label the shelf my best work. On that shelf, you can now place your manuscript or the playbill and video, if you have one, from your play or the photos of the party where everyone tasted your history making cheesecake, or the piece of paper with your number if you ran in a marathon. Add a small card with the name of the project, the eating of the world's best cheesecake, for example, and the beginning and ending dates prominently displayed on it. इससे क्या होगा, आपको यकीन हो जाएगा कि हाँ मुझे सिंपल काम शुरू करना, मैंने ये किया और खत्म किया. So that you are, अपने अंदर ये मसल बिल्ड हो रही है कि आई कैन फिनिश समथिंग. इट्स नॉट लाइक सब कुछ अधूरा छोड़ता हूँ. मैंने ये प्लान किया था, मैंने टिक मार्क, चेकलिस्ट, डन. Be sure to salute your work or wave hello every time you pass it. Why do you do that? उससे that feeling intensifies. I've done it. I've done it. And I've done it well. So you're acknowledging yourself again and again and again, and you're feeling good about it. So enjoy feeling good about what you're doing. Now, very important to return back to our full scanning mode. What is that? We have all been energetic. We have been invigorating, even grueling journey we've had. And now we again home in a scanner land. एक काम खत्म कर लिया, अब नेक्स्ट करना है. अब इसको करने के लिए हमारी स्कैनर ई बुक हमारे पास वापस आएगी, जिसको हम खुला छोड़ देते हैं, जो हमने बहुत कुछ लिखा है, that we want to crush on these goals. Bring out your magazines, leaf through them and see if anything that intrigues you. Suppose अगर सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स हमने कंप्लीट कर लिए, नया शुरू करते हैं. क्या मजा आ रहा है किताबों में, सोशल मीडिया पे क्या चीज अच्छी लगी, write that. Again, we talked about the power of 3-ring binder. Why? Because we can add something to it. रोज जाएं, रोज स्टडी करें, रोज एनालाइज करें. स्टार्ट एनीथिंग एंड रिमेंबर, यू डोंट हैव टू फिनिश एवरीथिंग एंड एनीथिंग until you're स्कैनिंग मोड. जब स्कैनिंग मोड में है, हम सिर्फ स्कैन कर रहे हैं, हम कुछ स्टार्ट एंड स्टॉप नहीं कर रहे, हम सिर्फ उसको बिल्ड कर रहे हैं कि ओके दिस आइडिया इज देयर, आई एम बिल्डिंग इट अप. You all have worked hard and you must go back to your filling your creativity reservoirs with new energy and a lot of sunshine. इस project में suppose अगर मुझे पता है कि मेरा ये project है book लिखने का, and say one of you are into this, I can take your help. It doesn't matter. ये थोड़ी ना कि idea मैंने लिखा, somebody will steal it. I should do it. I should create it and I should take your help. No harm in taking help. And then in 6 weeks or 6 months or even 6 years, you'll know what's right for you. Pick another project that you love, roll up your sleeves and set a real new deadline for yourself. Once you do that, do all over again. That's all. That is the entire process. If in the future, during one of your best work scenario, you should have a moment when you can't remember why you, a scanner, agreed to do this high intensity, intensive, exhaustive, high single-minded activity, just pick up this book again, turn to the quote of the very first and read it to yourself slowly. For now, I'll put it right here. Through all the words, there goes one long cry from the heart of the artist. Give me the chance. I'll do my very best. If those words ring true, reading them in the middle of a tough stretch will remind you that you decided to give yourself that chance. Very important to get this line again and again. Again, we'll read it. Through all the world, there goes one long cry from the heart of the artist. Give me the chance to do my very best, because now I like what I do and I think I want to try this. So I'm going to give it my best and let me just see if it works for me, because I really want to do it. And of course, Barbara Sher is tipping her hat to all of us. Now, quickly, let's look at the last chapter, and I'm just going to scan through it because it is not very relevant to all of us. Because this is more of a Western world, that what kind of jobs we can do for a living. हमने इनको पहले भी discuss किया है. Lots of jobs are there. And people are multitasking. That's what the gist is. Let's turn the page again, sir. Now, there are two kinds of jobs that are right for scanners. Now, the good enough job जो हमने mention करी थी कि जहाँ हमें payment मिल रही है, कुछ पैसा मिल रहा है, and we are kind of liking it, and it's good enough. It's not like great, but it's good enough. Now, look at that. Make a tolerant view of such a job, and you understand the benefits of subsidizing your own fun. आप freelance कर रहे हैं, जाकर कर रहे हैं, just think of it. उसके साथ free time कहाँ मिल रहा है, उसको भी देख लीजिए. And let's look at the other hand. Paid work that's endlessly interesting and will keep a scanner happily absorbed forever. Now, please understand, whether you're getting paid or not for what you're liking to do, usko bhi schedule karna important hai. Good enough job to aap kar rahe ho, but what about you? If you want to grow, हमने इकिगाई में भी कहा था कि जिसको जिससे हमें जिसका शौक है वो हमें पैरेलल शुरू कर देना चाहिए, प्लान BCD बना के, सो दैट कब वो BCD A बन जाए, यू हैव नो आइडिया, बट शुरू तो करें. Many jobs become intolerable, even depressing, and it's okay to let them leave once you have a plan B or C in picture. And very important for all of us to understand, अगर एक job है हमारे पास, it's great. And nahi bhi hai, to we can design workshops. We can do it even better in a different fashion. So please turn the page. So it's very important that all of us feel the challenge. All of us satisfy our creative needs, whether you want to take in a walk, whether you want to go solitary, sometimes social, it doesn't matter. We all are designers, authors, creative artists for our life. We are the director, producer, and actors for the movie of our life. So now it's time to evolve. It's time to love what we do. It's time to start liking things that we are doing. Because if we love something, we will start liking also. At the moment, what's happening is we're stalling it, we're procrastinating. So shuru hi nahi ho raha. Once we start, we'll start liking it. So again, get down to business. Now, Scanner Book will really help you to bring it out. And let's see what's going to actually happen is once we start evolving as a scanner and doing stuff, we will be actually evolving as an artist, as a businesswoman, a man, a spiritual guide, a teacher, or whatever you want to be. One thing is for sure, spiritually you will evolve, because when you're going to follow a world of love and light, nothing more but magic will come your way. So very important. If you love traveling, please travel. I know right now Omicron is again set in. In fact, I want to announce today that Goa trip will be stalled, because in this uncertain times, there's no point of planning something in Feb. We do not know what's going to happen. So no point making all the effort. We were kind of waiting. And now in Delhi, a lot of things have come up. Things have closed down. Weddings have become smaller. So travel at the moment, Goa will be stalled. Let's turn the page again. So again, there will be people who will say, I haven't been able to figure out how to turn anything I enjoy into something like other than a hobby. And that's okay if you haven't been able to, but start enjoying your hobby. Start working around your hobby, start planning a goal, start listening to innovative music. If that helps you, why not? Start surfing the internet, start watching movies, start learning about something that you want, maybe in magazines or wherever, or social media or anything internet. Start browsing. Once you do that, ideas will keep pouring in, because when you're open and receptive, the doors open up and so many ideas come up. And that's when your careers can really be made, because you will get so many ideas. And please start journaling. Kya experience aapko aaya? Start writing so that okay, I began and I stopped, and this is what I felt. So that tomorrow, if you again stop, you can look up your journey and say, मैंने शुरू किया था with enthusiasm, but मैंने बंद कर दिया because ऐसा हो गया. So again, you don't judge yourself. You have reasons to know that why you stopped something. Very important to do that for yourself. Again, let's turn the page, sir. So if you love something that you do, and you are not yet doing what you love, so time to get down to business. If you love theater, you love teaching, you love fashion, you love to travel, look at the suggestions from your own bulletin board that you would have made by now, or your more on your beautiful scanner notebook that you may have written down. You will find a job that you actually would like to love to learn. And that's great that you know the scanner and you want to learn something. So find the courses available. Say if you want to become a nutritionist, find online courses. What can I, learn from where? Apne aap, you will find people teaching you nutrition. Which kind of nutrition wo bhi aa jayega. There's so many places where you can go and do something. But what should be clear is कि आपको क्या करना है, आपको क्या सीखना है, क्या travel करना है, what do you want to do? The next section on the next page is about people who like to share ideas. For this, we've talked about हमारा एक scanning platform भी था, part and parcel brown paper की. Start talking about ideas. Maybe your one idea which you've left incomplete, somebody else can complete. Start partnering with people. If that appeals to you, you can become so much more communicative. बनना important है life में. सबसे important एक virtue होता है communication. So use that communication. And then a lot of your scanning stuff will come into action, because when you start communicating and you talk about your excitement, your endeavor, somebody will probably pick up your dream, and maybe you can partnerize that, because at the moment what's happening is you're not finding somebody to push you. So very, very, very important to have an accountability partner. So of course for the jobs, India mein work nahi karta. Again, next page, Rahul sir. Rahul sir, next page. Yes. So again, we can become a freelancer if you want. India में freelancing का बहुत scope है, लोगों को लगता है नहीं है, but freelancing is very much possible in a lot of things, and start looking around for it. We have so many options. Again, turn the page. And combination jobs is a good idea. You can, good enough job हमारे पास अगर है, या 2-3 start putting up, and again divide your time. Now remember one science, one thing at one time. If you made 9 to 12 block for one thing, do that one thing only. Don't look at other parallel things. If 3 to 6 is about something, do that one thing only. In a day, you've picked up 2 things, that's okay. But ek time pe ek cheez. Don't, if you're going to do 2 things at the same time, kuch mein kahin pe success bhi nahi aapke paas aayega. So very, very important to do that. And next portion is about try out jobs. Try karke dekho kya pasand aa raha hai. Maybe you'll have a permanent commitment. Maybe you'll enjoy something. If not, at least you know that I have tried. Ye to hoga, tasalli to hogi that I've tried. And if you want to have people in your team, ask people like you. They're probably in there more who will come and saying, okay, let's do it together. Now, next portion is about, next page is about variety jobs. So please try different varieties so that you know what is there for you to survive. Very important for all of us to do that. Next page again. Yes. So there are things like we can pick up tutoring service, expediter, personal assistant, tour guides. It doesn't work much for Indians and us. That's the reason I'm not reading this in detail. I'm just scanning through and telling you the top things. Again, turn the page, sir. Now, also please write down your resumes. जो आधा अधूरा भी किया है वो भी लिख दो, so that you can have a good look at what your life is all about. Now, very important for us to read this last section, where I'm going to read for all of us. Your 3 scanner resumes. Scanners have resumes that don't want to show a prospective employer. With so many different jobs written down, how will anyone take them seriously? There are dozens of books in the stores right now that will show how to write a skills and achievement resume, rather than a list of jobs that illustrates what you're really capable of. But I don't believe you should have a resume. I think you should have 3 of them. Let me describe each one and why you need it. The first is a resume for the man. This resume is for the world that doesn't understand scanners, but pays salary. This is a typical resume, respectable, lucid, and you should use it when you really need a job. It's full of dignified bragging about all the important things you've done and the kind of things you're exceptionally good at. Just be sure not to list anything you dislike, because if you do what you dislike, you will never be happy. Unless you're on the verge of being thrown out of your home and having laid by any canned goods, that skill gets you hired and makes you very unhappy. What's the point of doing something that makes you unhappy? Jo khush nahi ho, don't write about that. Number 2, resumes for your dream job. Now imagine the classified ad you wished would stop you. You read up, it'll show up in the newspaper. The one with the happiest parts of scanners listed requirements. Next, write the resume that will get you the delightful job. Make a list of every relevant skill or experience in your history. Call up everyone you know, read your dream job resume, and ask them if they've ever heard of a job that could use those skills. You'll be surprised at how many people know of careers and you've never heard of. You might find an entirely different paradigm completely, a new direction in your professional and personal life with this technique. If you get an interesting lead, do your research and write up the resume as if your dream job, you've landed up on it. And here's what I mean. If you could make work together well and develop their skills, you could bring in more business to the company. Or if you could set up systems to simplify the work or back up with the tech support, say so. Sometimes people need to be told what your skills can do for them. So very important for us to find a team, find ourselves and work on it. Finally, we need a resume from heaven. What does this mean? This isn't about a career at all. It's about how you should live your life, using the very best of what's inside you. It says, in effect, I have these talents, these experiences, these special sensibilities. I'm looking for a life in which I can enjoy myself, make a contribution, use the best parts of me. अब हम अपनी लाइफ क्रिएट कर रहे हैं जो हम अपने हिसाब से जीना चाहते हैं. लोग के लिए बहुत जी लिए. अब मुझे अपने लिए जीना है. So अब मुझे क्या पसंद है मैं वो लिख रहा हूँ. मैं उसी वर्ल्ड में जाने वाला हूँ. ट्राई तो करूँ. 2022 probably is a year for me to pause and look at what I want to do in life. एक बैकअप होना चाहिए where you know you're financed, your everyday lifestyle is financed. कि अगर आपका कुछ वैसा नहीं है तो एटलीस्ट घर तो चल रहा है अपने आप. And then it's time to reinvent ourselves. नए आइडियाज, नए लोग, नई किताबें, नई चीजें सीखने के लिए. And let me tell you one more thing. Self-help books बहुत ज्यादा हैं. We should condition our mind and please don't forget to read in the morning. This is the best gift all of us can give to ourselves by learning, growing, assimilating. And I would request you, हमने books पढ़ ली हैं. Go and review those books. See what works, especially the Impossible Dreams, the first book that we began. Very, very, very important to do that again. All right. Rahul said, turn the page because there's nothing left to do in the book. So just understand there are a lot of scanners like us around the world. If we are starting to be a scanner, we will be a happy person. Tomorrow we might write a note to Barbara, share, okay, we had done this, or you might write to me or to anybody, we done this. Let's get one last letter and read it. Nancy wrote this letter. Dear Barbara, I love being a scanner. I think it's the best thing a person can be. Right now, my focus is on starting a nonprofit, and my focus has been strongly ongoing in that area for 2 years now. I also work a full-time job on the side. The work of growing an organization from scratch, from cells of my brain, is fascinating. Wonderful work for a scanner. I have so many different things to do with the organization that anything I'm bored or frustrated with the current focus, I just switch to something else. My whole outlook on life has changed. I used to be stuck on finding the job career of my dream plus making money. This is still not a bad idea, but now I see that there were so many things in life waiting for me to discover and have fun with. I want to enjoy them without mixing them with money. In terms of money, which we all need, I will always find it one way or another. Actually, I enjoy temming, liking the idea of working one day for once days paid. It feels very free for me. Also, with temming, I have more freedom in terms of arranging my time. I do have an IRA account. So I am thinking about my later days, but I do believe active fun and money just don't stop after a certain age. So those of us who were age think that, okay, this, अब क्या शुरू करेंगे? अभी भी शुरू कर सकते हैं. Very, very important. And with this, we conclude our book. I hope the scanners, people like me, have again got an idea and see what can be done. I can tell you one thing. This book opened so many ways for me. I had a plan. That's it also. I had a plan A, I had a plan B, I had a plan C, I had a plan D. And the good news is I tried all of them and finally I realized what I really want to do. Even with my new business ideas, I have so many ideas, but I know ab ye shuru karna hai. And the minute you schedule it, it gets done. So now without further ado, let's do our sun salutations. And then thereafter, we'll come to a morning reading of letting go. Now from tomorrow, we'll be only doing letting go. Of course, art of creative thinking and our heart thought will be there as well. But we will be concentrating on letting go because that is the most important thing before we conclude this series on the 10th of January. Let's do letting go. All right, let's do our sun salutations.
The Surya Namaskar with mantras. Om Mitraye Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Suryaye Namaha. Om Bhanave Namaha. Om Khagaye Namaha. Om Pushne Namaha. Om Hiranyagarbhaye Namaha. Om Marichaye Namaha. Om Adityaye Namaha. Om Savitre Namaha. Om Arkaye Namaha. Om Bhaskaraye Namaha. Salutations to the universal friend. Salutations to the resplendent sun. Salutations to the energy that induces activity within us. Salutations to the one who illumines. Salutations to the sun moving across the sky. Salutations to the giver of strength. Salutations to the golden cosmic self. Salutations to the Lord of the dawn. Salutations to the son of Aditi, the cosmic mother. Salutations to the benevolent mother. Salutations to the energy that we praise, and to the one who guides us to salvation. The sun salutation now with the names of the postures, both in Sanskrit and English. Pranamasan, Hastuttanasan, Padhahastasan, left leg back, Ashvasanchalanasana, Parvatasan, and hold this position. And now slowly progressing into the deeper version of Parvatasan, Adho Mukh Svanasana. Ashtang Namaskar, Bhujangasana, Parvatasan, left forward Ashvasanchalanasana, Padahastasana, Hastutthanasana, Pranamasan. On the right side, prayer position, raised arms pose, hand to feet pose, right leg back, equestrian pose, mountain pose, hold mountain pose, and slowly moving into the deeper version of mountain, the downward facing dog. Salute with 8 limbs. Cobra. Press back to mountain. Right forward, equestrian pose. Hand to feet pose. Raised arms position. Prayer pose. One round of the sun salutation with awareness on the breathing. So exhaling our hands to the chest, pranam. Inhaling as we bend back. We exhale as we fold forward. Left leg back, inhale as we're arching back. Exhale into the forward. Hold the breath for knees, chest, chin. Inhale as we arch back. Exhale into the forward. Left leg forward, inhale. This is a back bend. Exhale whenever we bend forward. Inhale as we bend back. Exhale, hands to the chest. And on the right, deep breathing. Exhale. A deep inhale. A long exhale. Right leg back with an inhale. And exhale. Hold the breath. Inhale and exhale. Right leg forward with a deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale.
Okay, so we've been talking about the various emotions we've been going through, and finally we're coming to this world of love today. So one thing I'm happy is that Richa found a lot of stuff for herself. Vijayji found a lot of stuff for herself, and you enjoyed this journey. And Pratima ji says she's been a scanner for sure, but at the same time, her commitment is very strong, which is so beautiful that if you're committed, but if you're a scanner, how much we can all grow up. So thank you, Pratima ji, for being with me in LTS 1, 2, and 3. You've been a pillar, and I've seeing you is giving me energy all the time. 1 year, you and me, we worked together, which is so beautiful. So thank you so much for your love. And coming to love, love is what drives each one of us. So chapter 12, today we're in the middle part of our love. And today is all about love. So on the level of love, we are heartfelt, we are generous, we nurture, we show affection, we are steadfast, we are forgiving. Steadfast is what Pratima ji has been completely steadfast with it. So has Ruchi been, so has Vijay ji been. I think I've always seen you guys from morning till end, which is so beautiful to see, especially in this last leg. Love is protective, collaborative, uplifting, holistic, gracious. It is characterized by warmth, gratitude, appreciation, humility, vision, purity of motive, sweetness. Love is a way of being. It is the energy that radiates when the block to it have been surrendered. It is more than an emotion or a thought. It is a state of being. Love is what we have become through the pathway of surrender. It is a way of being in the world that says, how can I be of help to you? How can I say that? How can I comfort you? How can I loan you money when you are broke? How can I help you to find a job? How can I console you when you've suffered a major loss in your family? How can I help you if you're going through some kind of a problem in your life? Could be physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, anything. Lovingness is a way through which we light up the world. Again, love and light are what we are born with. When we come back to a very basic attitude of love, automatically we will light up our lives and the world we live in. We will want to, if we have witnessed love, we will want to share that love with someone. If we have seen some light and that something has made us life bright, we'll want to give back to the world. And the day we start flowing in this world of love and light, your life is going to get magical every single day. I'm not saying challenges will not come, but we will know how to cross them, cross these hurdles. Now let's talk about love in everyday life. Everyone has an opportunity to contribute to this beauty and harmony of the world by showing kindness to all living things and thereby supporting the human spirit. That which we readily and freely give to life flows back to us because we're equally part of that life. Like ripples on the water, every gift returns to the giver. What we affirm in others, we actually affirm in ourselves. So remember this very, very beautifully. Remember this is how life is. What you give is what you get. Once we become willing to give love, the discovery quickly follows that we are surrounded by love and merely didn't know how to access it. जो हमें पेरेंट्स लगते थे कि गुस्सा करते हैं, हमको लव नहीं करते, दूसरे को लव करते हैं. The day we start giving them love, we realize, oh my God, I am soaked in so much of love. Love is actually present everywhere. Its presence only needs to be realized. अभी तक we were living a life of compromise. बीवी के लिए, husband के लिए, बच्चों के लिए, parents के लिए, society के लिए. हमने अपने आप को love दिया ही नहीं था. It could be physical love, like, materialistic love. You never had time to love yourself physically, or you never had time to present yourselves expensive gifts or gadgets because you were just compromising and you were giving your love to the others. But when you were deprived of love, how could you give to the others? Adha adhura ho raha tha. Now, love expresses itself in many ways. The little boy memorizes a ditty taught to him by his father, and he's still able to say it 80 years later. The Navy sailor steers the ship through a terrible typhoon for 3 days non-stop without food and drink. When all of this when all of his shipmates are seasick. Doctors love and pray for every patient without their knowing about it. The mother cleans up the messy pants of a young child with diarrhea, saying, "Honey, it's not your fault. You couldn't help it." The wife gets up early to make coffee every morning just the way her husband likes it. The doggy waits by the door for the owner to return and wag her tail when he comes through the door. The kitty purrs, the songbird sings. So many ways of love expressing itself. This is all that we've read is pure love. Typically, people think of love as romantic love, as in honey, sweetheart. But romantic love is only a minor part of a human life. There are many types of love other than personal, romantic love, and they infuse our everyday experience. Love of pets, love of family, friends, love of freedom, love of purpose, love of country, love of attributes, love of creation, love as virtue, love as enthusiasm, love as forgiveness, love as acceptance, love as motivator, love as appreciation, love as kindness, love as a sense of a relationship, love as group energy. For example, Alcoholics Anonymous. Love as admiration, love as respect, love as valor, love as fraternal bonds of unity, buddies, classmates, shipmates, teammates, maybe the Sangha Mitras. Love as friendship, love as loyalty, love as affection, love as cherishing, love as self-sacrificing, maternal love. Why do they say self-sacrificing maternal love? That is the only love they say which is there universally across, which is absolutely non-conditional. A mother will love her child even though he or she is a murderer or is not a nice person in the world, because she loves that child. So that's why they say that mother is always sacrificing, come what may. For her, her child will always be more important than she herself is, even more important than a partner is. Now, love as devotion. Devotion to God, spirituality, devotion to yourself, devotion and dedication and discipline will be siblings in a way. Love is mainly and manly because it's so beautiful. It's prevalent in our life everywhere. Love is mainly everywhere. We just can't see it at times. We can feel it. But the minute we soak in this world of love, we'll realize it's everywhere. It's womanly, it's manly, it's humanly possible because that's what we are made up of. We might feel we're love deprived at the moment, but that's what we are built up of. So love is many splendored thing. It's that's popular song goes. Experientially, the statement is true. When we now let's note down the most important part. When we have surrendered all of the resistance to love and let go of the negative feelings that block love, then the world is radiant with the splendor of love. On the level of love, this radiance is no longer hidden from us. Remember, we spoke about it yesterday. Agar hame heal karna hai, so we must go back in the past, accept it fully. Ki, okay, something was there. And then give it love. We've even spoken about the very fact in Louis Hay's book, it's all about love that heals a human body from becoming dis-ease. It becomes ease when you start love. So let's see how love heals. Love facilitates healing. It transforms life. We see this in the true story without a duck hunter who was suddenly changed by witnessing an act of love. One day he was duck hunting, which he often did for recreation. As per his usual experience, he saw a duck flying, shot it, and watched it fall to the ground, badly injured. To his sudden amazement, he watched as the female mate of the injured duck immediately flew down on top of her companion, spread her wings over him to shelter him. Seeing her laugh, the heart of a hunter has changed. He never hunted again. Once you become loving, there are certain things you can never do again. And there are certain things you can do in the energy field of love that are impossible otherwise. Moreover, people who do things for you that they would not be able to do for others seems obvious to you. This is being a special treatment for me because a person loves me. Love makes possibly the miraculous come up, shown, and without labeling miraculous, because now people stop saying array. Miracle ho gaya, love ho gaya, because you're falling in love with life. Miracles and magic is going to be definitely there, because now love is the transfiguring effect. Love is the one which will make you figure so many things in life. At least open your eyes to it. Sometimes it is best not to tell people that you love them, because they'll get scared and think that you have designs on them or you want something from them. So we are on the next page already. Frankly, some people are afraid and suspicious of love. Therefore, you love such people without telling them. It's okay to fall in love with somebody, not tell them that you are in love with them, because उनको लग रहा है यार मुझे बोल रहा है, कुछ तो निकालना है मुझसे, कुछ तो कंडीशनल है, अरे it can't be like this, because उसको विश्वास ही नहीं है लव में. ऐसे इंसान को keep giving loving vibrations every single day, especially रात को सोने से पहले. Lovingness is a way of being that transforms everything around you because of the radiation of that energy. It happens of its own. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to call it anything. Love is energy that easily transfigures every situation. This means that people who are hateful will, in our presence, suddenly become willing to forgive others. We can see the person transform right in front of us. Letting go of anger, they might say, well, there's no reason to be so mad at him. He's too young to know better. They'll find an excuse to defend the person instead of attacking him. Love empowers everybody and the people around us into doing things that we would not be capable of otherwise. So let's start flowing in this world of love. And for this, let's understand acceptance is important. But another most important virtue in this field of love is forgiveness. Forgiveness, when itself is broken, we are meant for giving love. Now, forgiveness is an aspect of love that allows us to see life events from the viewpoint of grace. Grace means God's light on us. When we are thankful of God's light, His showered blessings on us, when we see that beautiful silver lining in a dark cloud, अब हम बियॉन्ड द ऑर्डिनरी देख पाते हैं. अब हमें जरूरत नहीं है टिंटेड ग्लासेस पहन के देखने के लिए मेरे साथ ये प्रॉब्लम हुई थी. हाँ, मेरे साथ ये प्रॉब्लम हुई थी, लेकिन इससे क्या निकला? And I forgive myself and the person who thought कि अरे इसकी वजह से मेरी लाइफ में ये प्रॉब्लम आई है. ये प्रॉब्लम आई है because ये सोल्यूशन निकलना था. अब मैं सोल्यूशन देखती हूँ, प्रॉब्लम नहीं दिखती. This will only happen when I fall in love. Why do they say not rise in love and fall in love? Because you're falling in love and falling deep within you. आप बोलते ना जितने अंदर गहराई में जाओ उतने जूल्स निकल के आते हैं. You're falling in love in yourself and finding the precious pearls in the bottom base of you. हमारी जड़ों में हम जा रहे हैं. We forgive ourselves for the errors we made when we were less evolved. Let's understand कि हम सब evolve कर रहे हैं. जिस भी एज में हम हैं, हम आज कल से बेटर दुनिया में ज्यादा एक्सपीरियंस किया हुआ है, ज्यादा हमको आइडिया है, and we are evolving. It is helpful to see the ego or small part of ourselves as a cute little teddy bear. The teddy bear is not bad. We don't hate or scold the little bear. We love it. We accept it for what it is. A cute little animal who doesn't know any better. We transcend the smaller aspects of ourselves by accepting and loving them. We see the ego as limited, not bad. Let's understand how all of us have a little child inside us. That inner child needs love. Again, kabhi kisi galti kar di, rather than reprimanding, just say it's okay. It's just okay. In the energy field of love, we are surrounded with love, and that brings gratitude. We are thankful for our life and for all the miracles of life. We are thankful for the doggies and the kitties because they represent love, unconditional love, because those animals who we have petted are absolutely amazing in giving their love. We're grateful for every act of kindness from others, their affection, their caringness, their thoughtfulness. Eventually, we just become love. Actually, I'll tell you, we all are love already. We have just forgotten to see that love. So once we start observing things around, we rediscover the love and like, oh, I'm love. That's why I love this affirmation, I am love. Everything we do and say, every moment we make, every moment is energized by the lovingness that we have owned within ourselves. Whether speaking to a large audience or petting the dog, the energy of love is felt to be pouring out. We want to share what we hold in the heart as an experiential knowingness. And we hold it in the heart for everyone and everything. And that would be feeling it too. जब हमें पता है हमारे अंदर इतना लव है एंड हम उस लव को शेयर कर रहे हैं, नॉलेज को शेयर कर रहे हैं, वो भी तो लव है. मुझे एक्सपीरियंस हुआ है इस चीज का, मैंने देखा है, एंड आई एम शेयरिंग इट विद यू बिकॉज आई लव यू, सो आई एम शेयरिंग विद यू. एंड दैट इज समथिंग ऑल ऑफ अस कैन नो कि अगर हम शेयर कर रहे हैं कुछ अपना नॉलेज बैंक विद समबडी, we love them, we care for them, so we're sharing for them. So give yourself that pat on the back. Oh, I'm in love, and so I'm sharing. We pray for that inner experience of infinite love for everyone around us, including the animals. Rose hum bol rahe hain, let me be the channel of blessings, let me be love, let me be light, let me share my love, let me share my light. So hum apna inner experience share kar rahe hain, even if we're just doing some minor act of love, to dana chidiya ko khila rahe hain, that's love. Love ki unko khana mil jaye. A love is a blessing to everything around us. We acknowledge to others and to our animals the gift that they are to us. Love emanates from the heart. When we are in the presence of people who love each other, we pick up that energy. कभी देखा है अपने आप को? कभी किसी कपल को देखो या कभी किसी मॉम डैड को देखो, किसी बच्चे को देखो, and if there you can witness pure love, you come back feeling so happy because you have absorbed the beautiful energy and that energy is multiplied. It's not like उनकी energy deplete हो गई या आपके पास आ गई. Love is a multiplier, right? The love of our loved ones, pets and friends is a love of divinity for us. When we go to bed at night, we give thanks that we're surrounded with love all day. I don't know how many of you are doing it. वो magic rock करके आप कितने लोग सो रहे हैं? Very important to sleep in gratitude. Very important to be thankful for the love that you had and you got. Each moment is possible only because of love. The writing of this book is possible only because of love. And that's one request of mine to every single friend of mine, every Sangha Mitra. If you really want to witness more of love, do not stop writing your gratitude in the morning. Do not stop writing your affirmations. And if you don't want to write them, read them down. I always believe writing is very powerful. And do not stop sleeping gratitude. Raat ko, please become a channel of love. Please count your blessings. And please send love, love, love everywhere for you to witness that love. जो आप love भेज रहे हो unseen world में, वो love इतना ज़्यादा powerful होता है because that's unconditional love. All you're doing is sending love, and the amount you'll get back, you have no idea. If you have physical problems, they will get healed. You have mental problems, you'll get healed. You have spiritual blocks, you'll get healed. Love will heal you so beautifully. In the state of love, we wake up every morning and give thanks to another day of life. We seek to make life better for everyone around us. Now, if we are, one thing is, please learn today, and that's very important for all of us to learn. हम अपनी लाइफ बेटर कर रहे हैं, but दूसरों के लिए भी बेटर कर रहे हैं. What is our intention for the world around us? मैं ये नहीं बोलती हमको फाइनेंशियली सपोर्ट करना है वर्ल्ड को. अगर हम बोलते हैं let the world become better, you can see a world becoming better, better politics, better leaders, better civic amenities. Even that is throwing love. आपका gratitude है, intentional है. Intentional love is also important. Because of the presence of love, things go better. The eggs get fried better, the ducky gets saved, the kitty gets fed, doggy is adopted from the pound and brought home. We share our love with everything around us, all forms of life, kitties, doggies, other people, all living things, even the villains. Villains, because in our life, we have made many people the villains. इसने ये किया तो मेरे साथ ये हुआ. इसने ऐसा उस समय नहीं किया तो मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ. वो एक दिन मेरी लाइफ बदल देता. हमने अपने आप को भी विलन बनाया और लोग को भी विलन बनाया. And now it's time to just give love unconditionally. If it is our job to watch over the captured villain, we seek to make his life tolerable. पहले कितने लोग होते हैं बदुआ देते हैं. तूने ऐसा किया, तेरे साथ भी ऐसा ही होगा. No, उसने जो भी किया, start giving him love. Become Mahatma Gandhi for some time. You want to slap me? I put in the second cheek cross. I'm not saying that literally, but if somebody has done wrong with you, it's okay. उसने उस समय उसको मालूम करो कि आपको wrong उसने किया है, because आपको एक lesson सीखना था. So he was doing his role in your beautiful life. Now give him love. उसकी intelligence उस समय इतनी थी, and आपकी उतनी थी कि आपने वो experience invite किया. We say, I'm sorry that I have to hold a gun to your head, but that's my job. We try to be as gracious and generous as we can be without exception. The more we love, the more we can love. Love is limitless. Love begats love. This is why psychiatrists recommend having a pet. A dog, for example, brings love and expands love in the heart of the owner. Love prolongs life. In fact, research documents that having a dog extends the owner's life by 10 years. Just think of all the bizarre exercises, diets, and other regimes that people go through to add relatively small amounts of time to their life, where they can simply get a dog and add 10 years. Love has a powerful anabolic effect. Love increases endorphins, which are life enhancing emotions, hormones. You live 10 years longer with the dog in your life because a pet dog catalyzes the energy of love, and that energy of love heals and prolongs life. The energy of love has a capacity to heal our bodies when conditions are appropriate. On the physical level, because of the prevailing positive mental state, physical illnesses often resolve themselves. Some diseases automatically heal without any particular attention being paid to them. And those that still remain usually respond to unconscious or consciousness techniques. Persistent illnesses that are unresponsive to treatment are viewed as karmically, symbolically, spiritually significant. Overall, there's a decreasing awareness of the body, which now goes about its business and seems to take care of itself on its own. We are no longer identified as a body. There is a loss of interest in dealing with health matters on a purely physical level. And there are times when awareness of the body disappears altogether, unless we focus on it for some particular reason. जब लव होगा अपने आप अटेंशन आपकी राइट चीजों पे जाएगी, रॉन्ग चीजों से खत्म हो जाएगी. एकदम से when you are in the world of love, intuition will get so heightened. Intuitive understanding progressively replaces thinkingness. सोच की जगह इंट्यूशन आ जाएगी, इंट्यूशन फॉलो करेंगे, लाइफ में मैजिक आ जाएगा बिकॉज यू नो यू आर बीइंग गाइडेड बाय योर हायर सेल्फ. अब डाउट करना बंद कर दो बिकॉज यू नो यू आर लिविंग इन द वर्ल्ड ऑफ लव. ओवर टाइम, thinkingness and its mental processes are replaced by spontaneous intuitive knowingness. मुझे पता है कि ऐसा अच्छा होगा, मुझे तो फीलिंग है, मुझे गट फीलिंग है, एंड नाम मैं गट फीलिंग को फॉलो करती हूँ, जस्ट सी लाइफ कितनी बढ़िया हो जाती है, ऐसा बोलना शुरू कर देंगे हम. लॉजिक इज बाईपास्ड. मैंने कई बार बोला मैजिक और लॉजिक साथ में एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता. अब हमको मैजिक लॉजिकल दुनिया में जाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, हमें पता है ना कि हम तो अट्रैक्ट कर रहे हैं, अब लव की दुनिया में सब कुछ हो जाता है. This occurs because of the highest level of vibration. Everything in the universe is connected with everything else. अब जब हमारी वाइब्रेशन इतनी ज्यादा हाई है, ऑब्वियसली जो कुछ हाई वाइब्रेशन में हम अट्रैक्ट करेंगे करेंगे. Our understanding unfolds as revelation from the interconnected field. Very important to get this deep line clear. हम समझ पाते हैं कि कितना कुछ लाइफ में यूनिवर्स में खुल रहा है बिकॉज सारे फील्ड्स एनर्जी इंटरकनेक्टेड हैं. जो हम मांग रहे हैं वो क्यों मिल रहा है बिकॉज हम हाई लेंथ वेवलेंथ पे रेजोनेट कर रहे हैं, रेवर्बरेट कर रहे हैं. द नोइंग इज होलिस्टिक रादर देन लिमिटेड. होलिस्टिक मतलब सारा कुछ उसमें इंटरट्वाइंड है, लिमिटलेस है, कुछ भी लिमिटेड नहीं है. Because of the inner quiet, we have the ability to perceive the thoughts and feelings of others on a non-verbal level. जब हम अपने अंदर इतने क्वाइट हो जाते हैं, फुल ऑफ लव हो जाते हैं, मेरे बगल में कौन बैठा हुआ है, दूर कोई बैठा हुआ है, मुझे उसका आभास हो जाएगा अपने आप, उसके बिना बताए मुझे कुछ रॉन्ग है क्या. एंड उस एक हाथ लगा के वो बच्चा या बड़ा आपको सब बहुत कुछ बोलना शुरू कर देगा, हाँ ये है ये है ये है, बिकॉज आपकी वाइब्रेशंस हील करने लग जाती हैं लोगों को. आप समझ पाते हो कि इस लाइफ में उसको क्या चीज की जरूरत है. Non-verbal communication with others becomes possible and commonplace. Negative emotions are no longer experienced because the small self has been transcended, absorbed into the greater self. अब जो हमारा ईगो अहम है वो लव के अंदर हमारे लव एंड लाइट में जब फ्यूज हो जाएगा तो ऑब्वियसली अब हमें कुछ नेगेटिव इमोशंस भी कम आएंगे, बहुत कम हो जाएंगे. आई डोंट नो हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू पीपल हैव ऑब्जर्व्ड, कई लोग इतने शांत होते हैं, कितने लॉस में भी शांत होते हैं बिकॉज दे आर इन अ हायर वाइब्रेशन, दे जस्ट नो इट्स ऑल ओके. इमोशनल ड्रामा खत्म हो जाता है, because there's been a huge transformation, there's been a shift in the energy. Emotional phenomena are thereby transformed. Loss, for example, is experienced as transitory disappointment or regret rather than a grief. अब जब पता है कोई कुछ खो गई या कोई इंसान चला गया, अब वो ग्रीफ करने की जगह लंबा लंबा टेम्पररी डिसअपॉइंटमेंट आता है कि बस आता ही, मैं ये नहीं बोलती इमोशंस खत्म हो जाएंगे, इनफैक्ट इमोशंस को कंट्रोल में कर पाओगे। कंट्रोल मतलब ये नहीं कि अगर आपको रोना आ रहा है आप आंसू निकलना बंद हो जाएंगे, आंसू निकलेंगे बट एक लाइटनेस फील होगी, एंड इट्स ओके टू क्राई इफ दैट मेक्स यू फील लाइट, बट आपका जो एनर्जी जिससे आंसू निकल रहे होंगे वो ट्रांसफॉर्म होगी। अब वो ग्रीफ की जगह बस जो सर आपको निकालना है, जो अंदर सैलाब भरा वो निकलेगा। अनकंडीशनल लव, by continually surrendering we experience a state of unconditional love. ना हमने शुरू में बात करी थी कि हर इमोशन की फ्रीक्वेंसी होती है। करेज मिडिल लाइन होता है, उसके बाद लव हाई पे होता है, तो 540 पे अपने आप अगर आप अनकंडीशनल कर रहे हो, देयर आर पैरामीटर्स जो आपके ऑरा को चेक करते हैं, आपकी एनर्जी बहुत हाई लेवल पे आएगी। मैंने पहले भी बताया था कुछ लोग हैं उनकी एनर्जी इतनी हाई होती है किलोमीटर्स तक उनकी एनर्जी रिकॉर्ड होती रहती है, एंड कुछ लोग होते हैं उनकी एनर्जी इतनी लो होती है यहाँ पर भी लगा दो तो भी कुछ एनर्जी नहीं आएगी, इतनी डेंस होती है। This energy is miraculous, inclusive, non-selective, transformative, unlimited, effortless, radiant, devotional, saintly, diffuse, merciful, selfless. जब आपकी एनर्जी इतनी हाई रहेगी, आप भेदभाव करना बंद कर दो, गरीब अमीर दिस दैट, आप सबको इंक्लूड करोगे, एक्सक्लूसिवली किसी को नहीं वर्क करोगे, सिलेक्ट नहीं करोगे, अपने आप आएगा, अपने आप ट्रांसफॉर्म करोगे, अनलिमिटलेस हो जाओगे, एफर्ट करने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी, बिकॉज यू आर फ्लोइंग इन लव एंड चमक रहे होगे, यू आप डिवोटेड हो जाओगे, एंड कहीं ना कहीं आप में सेंटली क्वालिटी आ जाएगी ऑफ दिस ब्यूटीफुल महात्मास। आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट वी विल ड्रॉप अ सांसारिक व्यू एंड, बट हम वहां रहते रहते भी अमेजिंग हो जाएंगे, एंड हम सेल्फलेस हो जाएंगे, अपने बियॉन्ड भी सोच पाएंगे। अभी तक इतने सेल्फ सेंटर्ड है, मेरा गाड़ी, मेरा घर, मेरा ये, मेरी फैक्ट्री, मेरे बच्चे, मेरा 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 मेरी बॉडी, एकदम से विल बिकम सेल्फलेस, डिस्कैरेक्टराइज्ड बाय इनर जॉय। कैसे मालूम पड़ेगा ये सब हो रहा है? जब अंदर से अच्छा फील करेंगे, श्रद्धा हो जाएगी, फेथ हो जाएगा, एक्सटेसी, पेशेंस, कंपैशन, persistence, ascents, beauty, synchronicity, perfection, surrender, rapture, vision, openness. We relinquish seeing the personal self as a casual agent. Everything happens effortlessly by synchronicity. इतनी synchronicity हो जाएगी, अब ये भी हो रहा है, ये भी हो रहा है, ये भी हो रहा है, ये भी हो रहा है। क्यों? अपने आप हो रहा है। क्यों? कि अब हम ओपन एंड रिसेप्टिव हैं, अब हम बार बार सरेंडर कर रहे हैं। कुछ भी नेगेटिव फीलिंग आए, अरे आई लेट गो, आई लेट गो, छोड़ो छोड़ो, इसको भी छोड़ो, इसको भी छोड़ो, इसको भी छोड़ो। अपने आप जब छोड़ रहे हो तो आप ऊपर के लेवल पे जा रहे हो। इमेजिन करो आपके कंधे के ऊपर 10 किलो का वजन है, और फिर बैक में भी है, लोअर बैक में भी है, और लेग्स पे बंधा हुआ है वेट, लाइक वेट ट्रेनिंग करते हैं तो वेट बांधते हैं, यू लिफ्ट, कई बार उसे बांधते भी आपकी बॉडी से, राइट? इमेजिन जब आप उसको लेट गो कर रहे हो, नीचे का वेट गया, फिर नीचे कर गया, फिर नीचे, आप हल्के होते जाओगे ना। जब आप लेट गो करते रहोगे, जो इतना कुछ एवरी डे आता है, लेट गो लेट गो लेट गो लेट गो लेट गो, when you let go, that is when you can really go above. Joy emanates from the inner subjective experience of our own existence. The power of joy is subjective, not stemming into any source outside of ourselves. जो जॉय है हमारे अंदर से आ रहा है, उत्पन्न अंदर से हो रहा है, बाहर से जरूरत नहीं ढूंढने की। अब बाहर की चीजें अपने आप जॉयफुल लगेंगी, पर अंदर से इतना सारा जॉय है। जो आपकी एनर्जी है, जो आपकी मोटर परफॉर्मेंस है, इनएग्जॉस्टेबल है। हमारे अंदर इतनी एनर्जी, हम चाहें तो अपने क्या क्या कर सकते हैं। We may dance with ecstasy all night in a candlelit chapel as it being danced in the source of light itself. कई बार आप इतने हाई लेवल पे जाओगे, आप नहीं भी सोओगे, डजंट मैटर। मैं रिकॉर्ड है 8 रात में बिना सोई रही थी, एंड लोग बोलते थे रियली यू हैवंट स्लेप्ट अ विंक, एंड आई यूज्ड टू वेयर अ फिटबिट इवन देन। आई सेड जस्ट सी ना, 8 रात स्लीपलेस है, मैं घड़ी पहन के सोती हूँ, इट्स जस्ट स्लीपलेस, एंड आई एम सो हाई ऑन एनर्जी बिकॉज दैट टाइम योर रेवरबरेशन वाज सो हाई। नींद की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती, अपने आप एनर्जी आती, खाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती। एंड मेरा ऑल्सो रिकॉर्ड रहा है 8 दिन बिना खाने पीने के। सो हाउ अमेजिंग! ये एनर्जी कहाँ से आ रही है? यू आर द सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी। सन मून से भी एनर्जी मिलती है, हवा पानी से भी एनर्जी मिलती है। जरूरत नहीं है पानी पीने के लिए बॉडी में पानी बनता है, बॉडी के अंदर इतना पानी, अपने आप बॉडी पानी बनाती है। सो हाउ विल ऑल दिस हैपन? Once we have unconditional love, once we keep letting go, and in that state, the innate perfection and the stunning beauty of all that exists shine forth like a luminous radiance as an infusion of spiritual energy, facilitates the transfiguration from perception to vision, from the linear to the non-linear, from the limited to the unlimited. इस मामले में when you are in this energy, इतनी ज्यादा लव है, इतना ज्यादा लाइट है, जब आपको लग रहा है ये भी कर लूं, ये भी कर लूं, ये, उस समय क्या होता है? आपके अंदर की परफेक्शन बाहर निकल रही है, आपके अंदर की ब्यूटी बाहर निकल रही है, आपके अंदर की लाइट बाहर पड़ रही है, लोग देख रहे हैं, आपकी स्पिरिचुअल एनर्जी एनहांस हो रही है। आप अगर ट्रांसफिगर्ड कुछ थे तो आपका परसेप्शन से आप अब देख पा रहे हो। पहले आपको लगता था कि हाँ ये ऐसा होना चाहिए, पर अब आप एक्चुअली देख रहे हो। अब आपको जो नहीं दिख रहा था वो भी दिख रहा है आपको। पहले आपको लिमिट था, अब आप अनलिमिटेड देख पा रहे हो। दिस ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन इज हैपनिंग बिकॉज यू कैन सी द लव एंड लाइट while functioning in the world is still possible at the higher vibration of love, high 500s, we may end up leaving the ordinary arena of commerce and abandoning our prior social milieu and occupation. जब हम लव की दुनिया में आएंगे, अपने आप हमारे अंदर ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हो जाएगा, प्रोफेशंस बदल जाएंगे, हम बदल जाएंगे, एनर्जी बदल जाएगी, बिकॉज अब हम लिमिटलेस हो जाएंगे। एंड ये सब कब होगा? जब हम बार बार लेट गो करते रहेंगे, बार बार लेट गो करते रहेंगे एंड अनकंडीशनल लव की दुनिया में जाएंगे। इन स्टेट्स में क्या होता है? मिराक्युलस कॉमन होता है, इतने मिरेकल्स होते हैं, इतने मिरेकल्स होते हैं, फिर हम बोलते हैं सुपर नेचुरल है, अरे ये तो पता नहीं कहाँ से आ गया, भगवान ने कर दिया, ये हो गया, बिकॉज आपका इतना ज्यादा रेवेबरेशन, इतनी अच्छी वाइब्रेशन है कि अब आपका रीजन, आपका लॉजिक, आपका कॉज एंड आपका इफेक्ट समझ में नहीं आता आपको। आपको बस पता है कि मिरेकल्स पे मिरेकल्स पे मिरेकल्स हुए जा रहे हैं, बिकॉज आपकी एनर्जी इतनी हाई है। इट इज क्लियर दैट नो पर्सन परफॉर्म्स मिरेकल्स। ये हमें पता है कि कोई भी मिरेकल्स इंसान नहीं कर सकता, ऊपर से आता है। पर ऊपर से कैसे आता है? जब हमारी एनर्जी हाई होती है। अब ये बार बार होते हैं, और कंडीशंस अच्छी हो बुरी हो, अपने आप मिरेकल्स हो जाते हैं। The development of a spiritual ego is avoided by the realization the phenomena are a gift from beyond a personal self. We are only the channels of love, not its origin. अब जो स्पिरिचुअल ईगो थी कि मुझे इतना ज्ञान है, वो भी नहीं आता। और अब क्या होता है कि मुझे ज्ञान क्यों है? ऊपर वाले का हाथ है मेरे ऊपर, और ये मेरा कोई अपना मेहनत करने का नहीं है, हाथ है इसलिए हुआ है। इट्स अब मैं उसमें वो नहीं करूँगा, अरे मैं तो बहुत मैं तो इतना करती हूँ। नो, मैं नहीं करती, करवाया जाता है मुझसे। अब आई एम नॉट द डूअर, मैं तो सिर्फ, कोई करवा रहा है, मैं तो सिर्फ कर रही हूँ, अपने आप हो रहा है, एफर्टलेस हो रहा है। ग्रैटिट्यूड फॉर द स्टेट रिप्लेसेस प्राइड ऑफ अकम्पलिशमेंट। अब अरे मैंने इतना किया कि जगह क्या होगा? अरे आई एम वेरी सो ग्रेटफुल, थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू। The process of surrender continues even more deeply as we let go of all doubt and all our belief systems, all our perceptions, all our positions, all opinions, all attachment. जब हम लेट को करना शुरू कर देते हैं और करते रहते हैं, तब डाउट को भी लेट को कर देते हैं, हमारी पुरानी सोच विचार को भी लेट को कर देते हैं, हमारी क्या एक इमेज बनी हुई है या क्या हमने धारणा बनाई हुई है वो लेट को कर देते हैं, सारा सामाजिक पोजिशंस लेट गो कर देते हैं, किसी के जजमेंट हम लेट गो कर देते हैं, सारे अटैचमेंट्स लेट गो कर देते हैं, वी बिकम फ्री। कितने लोग होते हैं अटैचमेंट से ही हटते नहीं है? मुझे ये करना है अपने बेटे के लिए, अपनी बेटी के लिए, मुझे किचन में खाना बनाना है, मैं नहीं होंगी तो मेरे हस्बैंड को खाना कौन देगा, या मैं नहीं होंगी तो घर कैसे चलेगा, या मैं नहीं होंगी तो यू नो कैसे होगा, कैसे होगा, मैं मेरा 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 मेरा। हटा के देखो, अगर कल को आप नहीं रहे, भगवान ना करे हार्ट अटैक हो गया, जो आजकल बहुत कॉमन हो रहा है, लोग ऐसे ही गिर जाते हैं, खत्म हो जाते हैं। सपोज अगर वैसा होगा तो क्या आपका घर नहीं चलेगा? क्या अगर आप मैन हो, आप पैसे कमा के दे रहे हो, तो क्या आपकी बीवी बच्चे नहीं चला पाएंगे? सोच के देखना कि मेरे बिना क्या होगा। मैं, हटा के देखो, अपनी जर्नी में जाके देखो, व्हाट आर यू मेंट फॉर। क्यों डिले कर रहे हैं हम लव एंड लाइट? क्योंकि हम बंधे हुए सांसारिक बंधनों में। मैं ये नहीं बोलती अगेन, बंधन है, रहेंगे और खत्म नहीं होंगे, लेकिन हम इनको हल्का कर सकते हैं अपने आप। मैं ये नहीं बोलती कि हमें स्ट्रांग नहीं बनाते, हमें वीक भी बनाते हैं ये। अगर आपके बंधन आपके लिए बंधन नहीं है बट एक ब्यूटीफुल सीढ़ी है कि आपको स्ट्रांग करते हैं, वैसा है तो बहुत बढ़िया। अगर आपको उतार रहे हैं, वहीं पर खड़ा रख रहे हैं, तो सोचने की बात है कि हम क्यों फंसे हुए हैं इसमें। दुनिया में हम साथ में रह रहकर भी फ्री हो सकते हैं। वी बिकम विलिंग टू सरेंडर ऑल अटैचमेंट्स। जब हम फ्री होना चाहते हैं, अपने आप पड़ते गिर जाएंगे, मैं तो ये कर रहा हूँ बिकॉज मुझे बस जस्ट फ्री। कई लोग घर में संसार में रहकर भी फ्री हो पाते हैं बिकॉज वो रोज से इतना वो नहीं होते। कई लोग होते हैं उनको फेटिश होता है, ऐसे ही सफाई होनी चाहिए, ऐसे ही खाना बनना चाहिए, ऐसे होना चाहिए। वो अटैचमेंट से हट ही नहीं पा रहे, परसेप्शन से हट ही नहीं पा रहे। वो जजमेंट कर देते हैं, ऐसे बोलते हैं हम मैजिक किताब करें, हम तो ऐसा करें, बट हर समय वो मेड को या नौकर को ऐसे नहीं हुआ, ऐसा नहीं, ऐसा ऐसे लोगों का क्या फायदा फिर आप देखो ना अपने अंदर झांको कि कहाँ आप कहाँ हो आप। Then we become willing to the exquisite state of ecstasy, which is beyond description. फिर वो magic आता है, अपने आप you're able to see so much more. आज हम इतना ही पढ़ेंगे. I didn't realize it's 6:20 already. ये chapter इतना beautiful है, शायद 1 या 2 दिन लगेंगे. We will not do it very fast because love is all there is. And tomorrow we will read Art of Humility. Now it's time for us to read the Art of Creative Thinking. Ruchi, I'll request you to read this chapter on creative thinking. I don't know how many of you like this chapter, but I love this chapter of love. It's so beautiful. Every time I read it, it just gives me a beautiful feeling.
Be as annoying as possible. In 1729, Jonathan Swift wrote and published a book, A Modest Proposal, that suggested poor children should be eaten. Swift was a respected writer of books such as Gulliver's Travels, and when he suggested in his new book that Irish parents should sell their children to the rich as food, it was by some taken seriously. The book describes the plight of starving beggars in Ireland and proceeds to observe a young healthy child well nursed is at a year old a most delicious, nourishing and wholesome food, whether stewed, roasted, baked or boiled. Swift explained in detail why it is a good idea to eat children. He listed recipes, preparation methods for cooking, and calculations explaining the financial benefits to the poor. Readers thought Swift was seriously suggesting cannibalism and infanticide. They were outraged. Towards the end of the book, Swift gradually introduced the reforms he claimed to believe were the solution, and the readers slowly realized they had been provoked. Swift's book had a profound impact. A sober and conventional proposal of reforms could have gone unnoticed. Swift wanted something to happen. He wanted to change things quickly. He needed to make an impact and to get this point across the maximum amount of people. He took a chance. He walked along the edge of a precipice. It could have backfired badly, but it didn't. Being provocative is a legitimate tactic. Provoke a reaction, provoke change, provoke awareness. It's important to get people emotionally involved. If you have a message you want to communicate, you need to attract people's attention. Otherwise, you're talking to yourself. Every creative thinker is at heart a cultural provocator who wants to change, transform, and raise awareness. Creativity is not for the cautious, it's for people who put their neck on the line. Sometimes we need to provoke a reaction in people. We should not be scared of causing offense. We should be scared of not being heard.
So beautiful. So important to understand this, that sometimes provocation is important. Provocation से attitude shift होता है. कई बार reaction से भी attitude shift होता है. हर समय response की जरूरत नहीं होती. It's important to get people to get emotionally involved. अगर आपको कुछ मैसेज कम्युनिकेट करना है, उनकी अटेंशन लेने के लिए अगर आपको कुछ ऐसा बोलना पड़ता है which is so absolutely radical, bizarre, annoying, it's okay. अब इसने जोनाथन स्विफ्ट ने ये नहीं बोला कि बच्चों को खा जाओ, बट उसने एक्चुअली बोला ऐसा कि लोग ऐसे बोले क्या बोल रहा है ये. Creativity is not for the cautious. It's for people who put their neck on the line. Sometimes you need to provoke a reaction in people. अगर reaction provoke करने के लिए कुछ ऐसा बोलना पड़ता है जो कि unheard है, go for it. Peter Greenway बोलते हैं, I obviously irritate people. I obviously antagonize them, but they get interested in me. So very, very important. All right. Today's heart thought is about trust. It talks about I'm connected with the higher power. So, and that's what today's love is all about. So I think it's going to flow it automatically. Let's close our eyes. Let's check our postures. Take a deep breath in. And out. In. Out. In. Out. Life is magical. Life is powerful. Life is connection. I am connected with a higher power. If I don't trust people, it's because I do not trust myself. I'm not there for myself. I don't have my own back. The minute I realize that I have my back and I trust myself, automatically I will start trusting other people. Now, this is the time for all of us to learn about our superpower, what we are capable of doing, what can we let go of, what can we nourish ourselves with, what can we create for ourselves. When we are open and receptive to our own power, the wisdom and intelligence of the universe opens up. It's always there, but now it's ours to use. Life is there for us, to support us. Let's know that. It's not against us. Life unfolds for us the way we desire it to. If we ever feel scared in our life, let's think of our breath. Let's be aware of each breath as it goes in and out of our bodies. Who are we without our breath? Our breath is the most precious substance in our life, and it is so freely given to us. Even when we are sleeping, our breathing is happening. Even when we are sleeping, our pulses are racing. Even when we are not aware, our heart is beating. It's been given to us as a gift. Our breath is the most precious substance in our life. Yes, it's free for us. We have been given enough for it to last for as long as we shall live and want to live. If this most precious substance is given to us so freely, then why can't we even accept it without thinking? Why do we mistrust life? Why do we not trust life to supply us with whatever we need? Without asking, we have been blessed for so much. Then if we tune in the power for ourselves, imagine what will be given to us if we ask, we believe. We will be recipients of so much more love, so much more light that we are built up of. Let's start trusting. Trusting the process, trusting our life, trusting ourselves for who we are, what we are. Let's reaffirm that I am connected with my higher power. In fact, let's reaffirm I am connected with the higher power. That's how it is. So it is. So it is. So it is. Let's bow our heads in gratitude and thank Mother Earth Let's look at the eye level and thank our life. Include all people that you want to thank, all circumstances, all events. Look up at the universe and thank it. Let's affirm, I trust the process of life. I'm connected with the higher power. Thank you, universe, for making me feel and witness this beautiful power that I'm endowed with. So many divine blessings come my way. I'm sheltered and protected. I know angels and guardians are looking over me. I know this power within me is growing every day infinitely because now I'm tuning into the power. Because I am finally open and receptive to love and light for it to flow in me. I know it's infinite, limitless. I am limitless. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I trust you. Let's fold our hands and be grateful for whatever we desire between heavens and earth, for the cosmic energy, for the cosmos, for whatever. Rub your hands together, feel the energy. Bless your eyes, your mouth, your nose, your ears, your touch. Bless your neck, your shoulders, your arms, upper back, middle back, lower back, hips, excretory organs, back of your legs, up to down, soles of your feet. Turn your hands, touch the top of your feet. Touch your legs, bottom to up, sexual organs, gut area, large and small intestines, stomach, gallbladder, kidney, uterus. Bless your lungs. Bless your heart, massage your heart. Give it a lot of love. Dear heart, thank you for growing in love. Thank you. I feel the love, I feel the light, I feel the power. I know I'm connected with the highest power. And please expand, keep expanding. And with this beautiful heart full of love, share your love, share your light. Bless everyone, all possible beings on Mother Earth. Lots of love and light to you, Manish, to you, Usha ji, Richa, Ruchi, Vijay ji, Shivani, Surinder ji, Shami and Ankur, Ritu, Pratima ji, Manisha, Jitendra ji, Rahul sir, Amrita ma'am, and everyone. Lots of love and light to you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see each other tomorrow at 5. Until then, keep loving, keep living. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And from tomorrow until 10th of January, 12 days, all we talk about is letting go, love, light, power, and letting go. Let's embrace this beautiful world of healing ourselves and each other with this beautiful energy in this beautiful new year, which is coming up. Let's conclude this year with a lot of divine thank yous and gratitude, because it's been such an integral part of our one-to-one journey for us to elevate our vibration and to go on the next level. So big round of gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you.